Hello my beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be using new and new-ish makeup products, and I'm going to show you how I created this entire makeup face, including this makeup look featuring this new YUCCA palette from Natasha Denona. I've already done a dedicated video on this palette, but I am so inspired and I love this color story so much already that I wanted to play with it some more and show you additional looks for your inspiration. I also do have a new skin tint from Maybelline. It's called Super Stay 24-hour skin tint. I will be also testing that today, and I have a Natasha Denona concealer, and I'm going to show you this beautiful summery lip duo. So if that sounds interesting to you, I hope you enjoy. Stick around, subscribe to my channel, and without further ado, let's dive in. Okay, I'm starting with a bare face. As per usual, I only have some skincare on my face, and I think I'm gonna start from the makeup look. I want to use this Natasha Denona YUCCA palette once again. I am just feeling so inspired by this color story. In my initial video, I shared only 4 looks with you, and I could just keep going. I know that I have other palettes sitting and waiting for me to be played with and reviewed, but I just can't stop using it. I'm gonna go ahead and prime my lids with this Alter Ego primer. And I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit because this just needs a little bit of time, like a minute or 2 to settle. I usually just spread it like this with my finger. On me, it is pretty transparent base. It settles into a matte, smooth, very smooth velvety finish, but it takes a minute or 2 to settle. I really want to do something with this shade. I feel like I didn't give it enough love. I think I'm gonna go into this shade Citrine. I'm using Singe E04. I'm gonna start placing it here. Oh, such a beautiful shade. So I'm gonna leave it at that, and I'm going to go into my fluffier brush. This is a Refer 14, and I'm gonna go into the shade Willow. And then I'm going to put the shade Camo Camo in my inner corner. I'm using Alter Ego number 11 brush. I want something much brighter here. Bring it up a little bit. This shade is something else. I love this so much. I'm gonna drag this a little bit into my inner corner. I want this to be like super bright, as opaque as I can get it. I'm gonna pick up the Camo Camo shade on a fluffier brush just a little bit. I want to do like a little bit of blending here on the very outer edge of the look. A little bit of a brightening effect here. Kind of looks cool. I think on my lid I'm gonna go with the shade Plantasia, because I kind of want it to be a little bit sheer. Let's see, the brush picks up just the right amount of sheerness that I want, because this shade has a little bit of a texture and I don't want it to be too opaque. I want the underneath colors to come through. This is kind of the effect that I want. I want it to have like a shimmery veil, almost like a topper, and I think the brush works perfectly for this purpose. I'm gonna drag it like here a little bit. This shade is so beautiful. I'm gonna leave the inner corner like matte and bright. And I think I'm gonna pick it up on my finger just a little bit. And I'm gonna tap it here towards my lash line, just closer to this bottom area of my eye, like that. So I have a little bit more concentrated impact. I want to do a brown eyeliner, which I'm going to go with my new Revlon one. Let me go ahead and do my other eye, and I'm going to come back and we're going to continue with the complexion products. And I have this Maybelline Super Stay 24-hour skin tint already, and I got mine in the shade 118. I know this product was available weeks, if not months ago on Amazon, but very selected shades and I didn't get it that time. I really wanted to wait until more shades were available. I still purchased mine off of Amazon because I get a faster shipping there, and I got this shade, and I don't really know if this is going to be my shade. It's more of my tan shade, but that's fine because I'm going to be tanning anyway. So let's see what we know about this product. It says, turn up your skin with Maybelline Super Stay 24-Hour Skin Tint plus Vitamin C. This long wear skin tint delivers skin-like coverage and natural radiant finish while resisting sweat, humidity, and fading. I like that. So it says, delivers bright, buildable, light to medium coverage for skin-like finish, natural, radiant look. Actually, when you look at the bottle, do you see this radiance here? It almost looks like a pearlescent. I hope you guys see this here. It's very pearlescent. I really love the statements on this product, but I also noticed that alcohol is very high up on the ingredient list. So I will not be putting this next to my eyes. It's a really nice glass bottle, has a dropper. Yeah, it does smell like alcohol a little bit. So in this instant, I will skip on the primer and I will just go directly on my skincare, and we're gonna test it, see how it's gonna wear, if my oil is gonna come through. This video is not gonna be a wear test, but I will leave the pinned comment under this video to let you know how it wore throughout the day. It is considerably liquid formula. I don't think this shade is too bad, but it's definitely not my palest self shade. I'm gonna try both brush and sponge application. So let's just go ahead and get started. I can detect the scent of alcohol from here when I'm applying it. I feel like it just applies really nicely, like spreads out really nicely, look, with the brush. And the shade match is not terrible. It's definitely a little bit deeper than my palest self, but I will be tanning, like I said. Gave me a decent coverage, but it's still considerably light to my liking. So let me go ahead and do this here as well with a brush, just a little bit more, just tiniest bit. I also tinted my eyebrows, you guys, the other day, so they're nice and bright. So right now I do not have anything on my brows. If you want to see how I tint my eyebrows, I do have a separate video for it. It really looks like a second skin. It's definitely a lighter coverage. I want to see if it builds up to medium. Of course, we're going to test that. But so far, I do like, it looks like skin. Interesting. Let me go ahead and apply this side, and I'm going to go with a sponge this time. I wanted a little bit more coverage. Why do I feel like it's not picking up? Ooh. I feel like the sponge works really well, but I also think that it absorbs more product than the brush because the formula is so liquid. So I applied everything with the sponge. This product definitely builds up and it looks really nice. It looks like, oh my God, is this an eyelash? Ew. Now that it is applied, I do not feel the scent anymore. I feel like it's gone. But I want to see if it's going to settle or what. So we're going to give it some time. Now let's go and do my concealer. And I'm going to go with the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer. This is a new concealer to me. However, I've been already using it left and right. I got this in the shade N3. Beautiful packaging, a really nice applicator. So I'm going to conceal this area here. I love that it's really nice and creamy. And I specifically did not want the shade to be too brightening. I'm gonna use my Ulta Foundation number 12 brush. I just love this concealer. It's just so hydrating at first. It gives you a really nice coverage. Look at this under eye. I think this concealer shade also worked really well with this foundation so far in texture and in the undertones and shades. I'm gonna set my under eye with this powder. This is a Catrice Prime and Fine Mattifying Powder. Mine is in the shade Translucent. It has a really nice sturdy packaging and a mirror. And I'm gonna use this with a puff. I'm gonna load the puff really nicely and just go and press into my under eye. It is also a really nice retouching powder. It's very thin. I'm using Alter Ego number 1 brush. It's really nice and fluffy. I'm just gonna use the same powder and just gonna gently powder my T-zone. To bronze my face, I'm gonna go into my Pat McGrath bronzer. I got mine in the shade Naked Desire. I love this bronzer. I love this bronzer so much. I really love that this formula is buildable. It's very smooth on skin. This undertone, at least this specific shade, is quite unique because it does have that almost like a warm peach undertone. And I think that's unique and it's very flattering. And while I'm bronzing my face, I'll just chat a little bit. This weekend, me and my boyfriend are going to the wedding, but the wedding is on a cruise in Orlando, out of Orlando. I've never been to a wedding on this type of venue. Let me know if you have and how your experience was. But that's very interesting. So we're gonna go to Orlando. So we have to be there at by 10 o'clock in the morning. And the ceremony, I think it's around lunchtime. So we have like about an hour and a half to hang out and eat and then watch the ceremony and then hang out and eat because it is a cruise ship. So all the guests who are not sailing, they have to onboard by like an hour before the cruise ship goes. And yeah, that's kind of like what the event looks like. It's a very interesting concept. So let me know if you've ever been to a wedding on a cruise. For my blush, I think I'm gonna go bright. I'm gonna go bright today. This Sephora Collection blush, Sweet on You shade 05. I'm gonna take very fluffy brush. This is from Ulta Beauty, number 22 angled blush brush. Start applying it here. I've been really loving this blush formula also. It's very firmly pressed, but it also has a very subtle glow to it and very nice, fresh, like peachy pink tone a little bit. I think I start looking like a bird of paradise with this makeup, but that's fine. That's a vibe today. So before I finish on my eyes, I think I'm gonna finish my lips and I'm gonna use this duo, different brands. This is One Size Beauty pencil. It's called Lip Snatcher Precision Lip Filler Pencil, and I got mine in the shade Shy But Fly. This is your simple wooden pencil that needs to be sharpened. And for my lip product, I'm gonna use the one from NARS. This is called Afterglow Sensual Shine Lipstick, and I got mine in the shade 217 Truth or Dare. It's beautiful burnt orange. This lip duo is so lovely for summer. I really love how this lip pencil just so easy to apply. It's very nice, comfortable formula. I love that I can go with a little bit more pressure and make it a little bit more defined and vibrant. I mean, to the extent it is a nude pencil, right? But if I want to just put a very light pressure, then it just gives me like my skin but better, but a defined line if I wanted to use a like balmy formula like that, so I know it doesn't go outside of my lips. And then Natasha Denona concealer, I enjoy it. It gives me beautiful coverage. It's not very emollient formula. It doesn't slip and slide. It doesn't travel places where I don't want it to go. I personally still set it with a powder. Okay guys, this sums up my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I will leave the pinned comment about this Maybelline Superstay Tint, how it wore throughout the day, give you updates, but also of course we'll be talking about it in my monthly collective hauls or my monthly favorites and fails. If you'd like to see more videos from me, I will leave some suggestions and some recent videos at the end of this video in the cards for you to enjoy. If you enjoyed this video, give this a big thumb up, and I invite you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already. And thanks so much for watching, hanging out with me today, and I will see you in my next videos.